like so many rumors. Anything you want to say?
We suing.
I would advise that you rethink that. Because I'm not that bitch that you do that with. Well, I'm not that.
What if I told you these powerful black women have the most controversial stories in history? We're talking about women who caused White House scandals, social media wars, and courtroom battles, despite having multi-billion-dollar net worths. You're about to hear the most shocking stories you've ever heard the full truth about. Number 10, Phaedra Parks. Born on October 13th, 1973, Phaedra Parks built her reputation as both a successful attorney and reality television's most calculated villain.
Honey, she wants to throw her money away, throw it right in my bosoms. Aiden can use some new shoes, some Pampers, and everything else.
When she joined Real Housewives of Atlanta, everyone thought she was simply living two opposite lives, posing as a Southern belle and a freak hoe who isn't afraid to show some skin in a skimpy bathing suit. But things were only more interesting. Phaedra Parks racks a net worth of approximately $6 million and is married to American celebrity ambassador Apollo Nida, who was sentenced to 8 years behind bars for his 4-year scheme involving bank, mail, and wire fraud and ID theft of more than 50 individuals to the tune of close to $2 million. Well, together, they started a fitness company called Fine Body before they broke up in 2014. However, Phaedra's controversy started when she was accused of engaging in a lot of shady career crimes. Then she allegedly spread false rumors about cast member Kandi Burruss and her husband Todd Tucker, claiming they attempted to drug and assault another housewife. The accusation was reportedly fabricated, designed to destroy Kandi's reputation and, of course, her marriage.
Google me. Your claim to fame is this show.
What makes Phaedra's story even worse is how she allegedly used her legal background to craft believable lies. Well, she understood exactly which words would cause the most damage while keeping herself legally protected. Former cast members described feeling manipulated by someone who appeared to genuinely care behind closed doors, only to discover she was allegedly plotting their humiliation for the whole world to see. These claims went way deeper than the reality TV drama. Phaedra represented the dangerous stereotype of the vindictive black woman, willing to destroy other black women just for personal gain. Yet, some of her fans argue she was simply playing a TV character. But how true is this? If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 99% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
Oh no, I'm only up to Bravo in Miami because we are really taking care of the fans here.
According to reports, Parks was fired from The Real Housewives, with producers deciding her behavior had become too toxic for the brand they were portraying to public eyes. However, Phaedra has attempted comebacks, suggesting she believes her actions were justified or probably misunderstood. She's spoken about personal growth and learning from mistakes. But the question is if someone being accused of such deception can truly change. The legal profession also placed her behavior under scrutiny, questioning how an attorney could engage in such unethical conduct while maintaining her reputation as a professional lawyer.
Honey, she wants to throw her money away, throw it right in my bosoms. Aiden can use some new shoes, some Pampers, and everything else.
But here's what nobody talks about. What if Phaedra's biggest mistake wasn't the lies she allegedly told, but the truth she was desperately trying to hide? Number 9, Tommy Roman.
You're disgusting.
Okay.
Like, how do you live with yourself every time? You're lying. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. 2 months later,
and that's why you're back here on a show that you said.
Reality television has never seen anyone like Tommy Roman, an American TV personality, model, and star in Basketball Wives LA. Tommy entered reality TV as the ex-wife of NBA player Kenny Anderson, but she quickly became the show's most unpredictable and controversial figure. Tommy's reputation for alleged violence and verbal abuse created a toxic environment that producers struggled to control. Cast members of the show reported feeling genuinely unsafe around her. According to reports, she was known to bully younger cast members, including fighting at public events and on the show. One of the most infamous incidents was in the 2012 season of the show during a group trip to Tahiti, where Tommy verbally attacked new cast member Keisha Nichols so severely that Keisha left the trip after just 48 hours due to the emotional abuse she endured.
So I'm gonna make it clear for you so that you can understand. It has been brought to my attention that you said you would go off on me, but you didn't want to embarrass me any more than you felt I embarrassed myself.
But here's where it gets more complicated. Tommy has been open about her mental health struggles and past trauma. She's talked about being in therapy and working on herself, suggesting that her aggressive behavior came from a place of pain and unresolved issues. Now, that doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it does add context to understand where some of this was coming from. The bigger picture here is troubling, though. Some people argue that Tommy's behavior reinforced some really damaging stereotypes about black women, while she claimed she was just being her authentic self. Those viral moments of her confrontations, some people say they actually hurt how black women are perceived in the media.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, Lord.
You in Popeye's Chicken, and Shaniqua is behind the counter.
Despite all the controversy, Tammy still has fans who respect her for being real about her struggles and for talking openly about mental health. She's tried to use her platform to discuss personal transformation and growth, which seems genuine. She was married to Kenny Anderson before divorcing him on the 15th of February 2001. Currently, she is estimated to be worth $3.5 million. But the truth is, former cast members are still sharing their stories about traumatic experiences with her. That raises some serious questions about accountability and whether the entertainment industry is doing enough to protect people on these shows. Number 8, Amber Rose.
Kanye's for sure dressing her like that. Yeah, he did the same thing to me and Kim.
Amber Rose is an American model and television personality who gained attention after she starred in the music video for Young Jeezy's 2008 single Put On, featuring Kanye West. Then she went on to model for the Louis Vuitton brand. However, when Amber married rapper Wiz Khalifa in July 2013, who would have predicted that their divorce would become one of hip-hop's messiest public breakdowns? Well, Amber had already established herself as a controversial figure before then, like when she lashed out at Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, but her marriage capsizing would definitely define her reputation for years to come. The controversy went over the roof on October 2014 when Amber allegedly caught Wiz cheating with twin sisters. Her accusations were raw and detailed, turning what should have been a private matter into a public drama that split hip-hop down the middle. Some people respected her honesty, but others thought she went over the line. It didn't take long before critics took the matter to another level. Reports said she was trying to use Wiz Khalifa to stay relevant and boost her career, but her supporters argued she was done playing the quiet, suffering wife that so many celebrity black women feel pressured to be.
Well, I'm not sorry about saying it because it was the truth. I was sorry that I called her a homewrecker.
But Amber's story became bigger than just celebrity gossip. Instead of protecting her husband's reputation like people expected, she chose confrontation instead, and that challenged a lot of people's ideas about how wives should behave. Since the divorce, Amber has built her brand around women's empowerment and freedom. Still, some people wonder if someone who aired her dirty laundry so publicly can really speak for healthy relationships or genuine women's empowerment.
I've had this conversation with Ray J. Ray J is one of my best friends. I said, Ray, did they ever invite you to a freak-off?
But the turning point here is that she channeled all that controversy to tackling real issues like slut-shaming and relationship double standards. She went on to launch successful businesses and advocacy programs, like the Los Angeles chapter of the Slut Walk protest march in 2015. Admit it or not, Amber Rose has made a huge name for herself regardless of the controversies surrounding her brand, and nothing can take that from her. Number 7, Karine Steffans. It's easy to think Karine Steffans is just another regular black woman, but she had already carved out her own path to fame and fortune.
After your whirlwind book tour.
Yeah, well, the first part of it, yeah.
Born on August 24th, 1978, the American author has built a literary empire with her best-selling series, Confession of a Video Vixen, earning millions by exposing the intimate details of hip-hop's biggest stars. Her books didn't just pay her bills, they boosted her wealth, dragging her to an estimated net worth of $2 million through her memoirs and business ventures. But it was her relationship with actor Columbus Short that would become her most controversial chapter yet. In January 2016, the two tied the knot, though their union would quickly turn sour in the most public way possible. By March 2016, everything fell apart when Karan took to social media with a story that left everyone in shock. On March 29, 2016, Karan unleashed a series of Instagram and Twitter posts that went viral for all the wrong reasons. She posted photos of Columbus's belongings scattered across their home's floor, accusing him of cheating with everything moving. But she didn't stop there. She shared intimate details about their private life and his alleged substance abuse and painted a picture of a terrible husband who did everything wrong humanly possible. Here was a woman who had built her career on exposing famous men's secrets, and now she was doing it to her own husband. This left everyone wondering, was this really a genuine heartbreak or just another smart move to climb up the ladder of fame?
Okay. I get my pictures taken because I'm cute, but not because I'm a model.
So how would you define yourself then?
Columbus's legal team quickly took it out on her that he was still technically married to his previous wife, Tuere Tani Short, raising questions about whether Karan's marriage was even legal in the first place. By April 2016, Karan had obtained a restraining order against him, but the damage to both their reputations was already done and stamped. Today, Karan remains largely out of the spotlight, her once thriving media presence reduced to occasional social media posts. Number 6. Jada Pinkett Smith. Would the list ever be complete without mentioning Queen Jada? Born September 18, 1971, she has built an impressive career as an actress, producer, and entrepreneur with an estimated net worth of around $50 million. Married to megastar Will Smith since 1997, they appeared to be Hollywood's golden couple. Successful, philanthropic, and raising 2 talented children in the spotlight.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
But on July 10th, 2020, Jada shattered that carefully constructed image forever. Sitting across from Will at her own Red Table talk show, she confirmed what singer August Alsina had publicly claimed. They'd had a relationship while she and Will were separated. Jada described the drama as an entanglement, and that word instantly trended on social media.
It's all love.
Recently, Alsina revealed to the world that he was involved in a relationship with Jada.
The timing couldn't have been worse for everyone involved. August, who was struggling with serious health issues and addiction during their relationship, found himself at the center of a media storm he never asked for. What made Jada's approach particularly controversial wasn't just the affair itself, but how she handled the aftermath. Rather than addressing it privately, she turned it into content for her show. The episode, Jada Brings Herself to the Table, garnered over 15 million views in 24 hours, raising uncomfortable questions about whether she was truly healing or simply putting up a performance. But let's talk about the ripple effects. Many people pointed to this moment as the beginning of Will's very public emotional outburst, when he made a shocking move of smacking Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars.
I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
The man who had spent decades as America's Mr. Nice Guy had been publicly humiliated by his wife's revelations, and the pressure seemed to have snapped something in him. Jada Pinkett Smith still maintains her relevance as an American TV personality, but people no longer see her the same way as before. Number 5. Keishia Ka'oir. Keishia Ka'oir is a Jamaican-born model, actress, and entrepreneur with a net worth of $20 million. Although Keishia Ka'oir is probably best known as the wife of rapper Gucci Mane, she is also a successful businesswoman and the CEO of 3 companies. She has built her own cosmetics empire, Ka'oir Cosmetics, and was earning substantial income as an entrepreneur and model. This success meant she didn't need Gucci's money, which made her decision to stick by him through his darkest days all the more intriguing. Well, dark it was. When they first met, Gucci was spiraling through addiction, legal troubles, and some ill behavior that had turned him into hip-hop's most unpredictable figure. Between 2010 and 2016, he had faced multiple arrests, prison sentences, and public breakdowns that destroyed careers and relationships. Most people in Keishia's position would have simply walked away, but she didn't.
So his team reached out to me, booked me, I did the video, and that's how we met.
Instead, Keishia's business empire expanded. She launched new product lines like the Kaoyer Waist Eraser fitness belt and positioned herself as the loyal woman standing right by her man. It was difficult for critics to believe she did all these without any strings attached. In fact, the controversy deepened when she'd post about expensive purchases and lavish lifestyle moments while also talking about Gucci's struggles with addiction and legal issues. But here's where the story gets interesting. Gucci was released from prison in May 2016, got transformed, and became a changed person. They splashed a $2 million wedding in October 2017, and their careers reached new heights. In 2020, Gucci and Keishia welcomed their first child into the world, although Kaoyer also has 3 children from a previous marriage. Today, Keishia and Gucci represent a success story that survived the darkest storms. In a culture that often punishes women for both leaving and staying when relationships go south, Keishia stayed and won, and perhaps that changed everything for her life and career. Number 4, Sabrina Dower. You probably weren't expecting this name on the list, but before we dive into the drama, let's talk about what Sabrina has actually accomplished. Born on July 16, 1989 in New York and raised in Montreal, this Somali-Canadian beauty isn't just a pretty face. She graduated from Howard University with a bachelor's degree in English in 2011, was crowned Miss Vancouver in 2014, and built a successful modeling career that earned her an estimated net worth of $4 million. She's graced the covers of Du Jour and Ebony magazine, and she's even stepped into acting with roles in Molly's Game and 3,000 Years of Longing. But here's where things get complicated. When Sabrina married Idris Elba on April 26, 2019, in that gorgeous Moroccan ceremony we all saw littered across social media, something ugly bubbled to the surface. Instead of celebrating love, people started dissecting her worth and making hateful comments about her skin color. The backlash hit really hard on social media throughout 2019 and 2020. Some black women felt betrayed and chose someone who didn't represent them. The criticism wasn't really about Sabrina as a person. It was about what she represented to them. Here was another successful black man picking a lighter-skinned woman over a dark-skinned black woman. The worst part was that it was coming from her own people.
Judgment and criticism that I wasn't, I remember thinking, wow, even my own people are picking me apart.
It created this painful hierarchy within the diaspora about who counts as authentically black and who deserves the love of successful black men. The truth? Sabrina has handled all this like the graceful woman she was. Plus, Idris also made her feel like the most confident person in the room. She continues her advocacy work and maintains her dignity while leaving the critics to keep rolling over her Instagram posts. Today, Sabrina and Idris seem genuinely happy, supporting each other's careers and causes. She deserves better than being reduced to a symbol in someone else's argument about beauty standards and worthiness. Number 3, Diani Abbott. Diani Abbott was already establishing herself as a talented actress and singer when she met Robert De Niro in the mid-1970s. She appeared in films like Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy.
Rupert Pupkin, right?
Right. I brought you a little present.
Building her own career in an industry that wasn't exactly open-armed to black women. When Diani and De Niro married on April 28, 1976, America was still adjusting to interracial relationships. Their union lasted until 1988, 12 whole years of constant media speculation throughout that period. The critics couldn't seem to wrap their heads around why one of Hollywood's most prominent white actors would choose a black woman as his partner. Some industry insiders whispered about whether Diani was talented enough to land roles on her own, or if she was only hiding under the long shadow of her husband's influence. But how true was this claim? Put differently, she was literally finding her way through Hollywood as a black woman married to a man whose career opened doors she couldn't access independently. During the Reagan era, when racial tensions were high and interracial relationships still raised eyebrows in many communities, Diane was in the thick of it, pioneering a change. She paid a huge price for breaking social barriers, dealing with strong criticisms that white wives never had to face. Shockingly, when her marriage ended in 1988, Diane went on to continue her acting career and focus on raising their son, Raphael. Well, to her, her identity existed far beyond just being labeled as De Niro's wife. Her mental strength during those years paved the way for countless interracial couples who followed. So yes, her struggle yielded fruit for generations, yet unborn. Number 2, Grace Hightower.
You better be very careful how you talk to him. Right here. You don't touch me.
After Diane Abbott was out of the picture, Robert De Niro found love again with Grace Hightower. And again, the controversy reignited, one that would prove even more chaotic than his first. Born on April 7, 1955, Grace entered a relationship with De Niro in 1997, one that has been scarred with separations, reconciliations, and some public drama across over 2 decades of on-and-off commitment. Grace Hightower had indeed built a career as a model and actress before meeting Robert De Niro. She's appeared in films and worked as a philanthropist, with a particular focus on humanitarian causes in Rwanda and other African nations. Who would believe a lady who isn't at the forefront of social media popularity would be worth as much as $50 million?
And of course, he will take credit. He said, I told you to go and listen to Kagame in the first place.
However, the whole controversy surrounding Grace intensifies around her alleged role in De Niro's life and career decisions, with some sources claiming she's been controlling and manipulative in ways that have affected his professional relationships and personal happiness. It got so bad that De Niro filed for divorce in 1999 and sued Hightower for custody of their son Elliot in 2001. The two resolved their differences, but by 2004, the divorce was dropped and they renewed their vows again, then separated again in 2018. Court filings from their 2018 separation showed a relationship clouded with tensions over finances, with De Niro claiming he had to work more than he wanted to maintain their lifestyle.
Children together, a 20-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. People magazine reports the two are living apart right now.
Her extreme and violent behavior painted black women as being aggressive and controlling in relationships with successful men, while her fans suggest she's simply protecting her interests in a situation as challenging as this. Grace continues her humanitarian work and maintains her dignity despite her relationship struggles. Whatever the real story of her marriage was, she deserves to have her philanthropic efforts and individual accomplishments recognized beyond the drama that seemed to have swallowed up her public image. Number 1, Michelle Obama. And lastly, a lady that needs no introduction, but we'll give her the flowers she deserves anyway. Michelle LaVaughn. Robinson Obama earned her undergraduate degree from Princeton and her law degree from Harvard Law School. Before becoming First Lady, she worked as a lawyer, hospital administrator, and nonprofit executive. Today, she and Barack Obama, the former president of the United States, have a combined net worth of approximately $70 million earned through book deals, with her memoir, Becoming Alone, racking part of a $65 million joint deal, speaking engagements, and their Netflix production company.
But now you are the best-selling book author, the best-selling book of 2018, Becoming.
Her achievements are simply extraordinary. Best-selling author, podcast host, and advocate for education, health, and military families. A global force that perfectly fits into the description of a superwoman. She's consistently ranked as one of the most admired women in America and globally, which is a surprise to no one. Yet, even with all this success, Michelle couldn't escape controversy that revealed America's deep discomfort with powerful black women. The attacks began during Barack's 2008 presidential campaign. On February 18, 2008, Michelle said at a campaign event, "For the first time in my adult lifetime, I'm really proud of my country."
That fueled me through this last decade. Music has always helped me tell my story.
Conservative media seized on this comment. twisting it into evidence of anti-American sentiment and racial resentment. Fox News and other outlets painted her as an angry black woman who harbored hatred for white America. The whole news intensified once she became First Lady on January 20th, 2009. Then social media exploded with derogatory comments about her appearance.
Perhaps some just were not ready for Obama's amazing arms. Still, she does have fans.
Even her arms became a topic of national conversation, as she was heavily criticized for always showing them in sleeveless dresses. Her policy initiatives faced unnecessary politicization. When she launched the Let's Move campaign in February 2010 to address childhood obesity, critics pounced on her again at full strength, claiming she represented government overreach and attacked American food traditions. Since leaving the White House at 2017, Michelle has continued to soar. Her memoir became one of the best-selling books of all time. Her Netflix documentaries have reached millions, and her When We All Vote initiative continues promoting civic engagement.
Martha Argerich. As the tradition goes, the honorees were kept in the dark about which A-listers.
Well, against all odds, she proved that grace under pressure isn't just about surviving criticism, but transforming it into opportunities to demonstrate strength, dignity, and commitment to making the world a better place. And that she did perfectly well. These black women might have faced impossible standards, but that doesn't erase the incredible achievements they've had on the walls of history. Well, what are your thoughts? What shocked you the most in these stories? We'd love to read your thoughts in the comments section. And that does it for today's video. If you found this video interesting and would love to listen to more captivating stories of successful women, then hit that like button so you never get to miss any of our latest videos.